Hello, my name is Emily, and this afternoon I'm going to talk to you about an order that I just got from AliExpress. We know how long it takes AliExpress to get here, and I'm sure we factor in our purchases based on when it's going to get, well, after it gets here. But I bought about 8 or 10 different sets of these plants or flowers. Mini, some of them are mini paper stickers, and some of them are album stickers. So I just thought I'd show you some of them and kind of give you an idea. This order is from Viety Official Store, which is Viety. And it comes like this, and it's called Candy Poetry. And there's really no other way to describe it other than to say that there's 40 pieces in here, and it is a nice array of florals to use for different things. I tried to sort of pair them together just a little bit so they would get, so we could kind of see what we have here. So that's the first one that I'm going to show you. And the second one is going to be a set of stickers. Now they're clear. You have to take a needle and pick them apart. These are actual stickers that go onto the paper white, and I usually take a needle like this to pick them apart to get them so they'll work or fit. But they came in a little box like this, and it's called Mo Cards. And there are, it doesn't say how many stickers, at least not in English, how many there are. But but you can see what they are. They're white. It would be their white or gardenia flower mini labels. I wanted something that would represent white. There's also a couple of pieces of fern in here. Not fern, ivy. But that's this one. All of these cost anywhere from $1.83, 71 cents, whatever. Let me just see. This particular cost me 83 cents. So when I had like $11 total order, to that place. And then let's see. So the next one is this one with basically it's tulips. Excuse me. It is tulips. And there were 40 pieces in this. Some of them have fallen by the wayside, I can see. But let me get this off. And again, 40 pieces for 83 cents or something like that. And these are, those the ones that are hard to get off. You do have to have a little perseverance in getting them off, but it comes just like this. Here's one that's still in there, and they call it washi tape, and the name of the company, again, is Candy Poetry. Another one is this one with the fall, different fall leaves. And I usually order from AliExpress maybe twice a year. And it's for things like this that are different. You get so accustomed to doing things the same way, and the only way you're going to really get different is, well, you can watch other people's videos, which is a great idea, but also is to just order something different and tell yourself you've got to do something with it. And so I've tried to, this has also got poppies on it. Poppies and roses, and then just some greenery. I've tried to, because most of what I own comes from thrift stores, then I have a lot of things that need a place to be, and so that's what I'm going to be. But anyway, these came in today, a total of $11. This is the lavender set. They are really, really pretty. If you want to use flowers this way in your books or in your whatever you're putting together. And let's see, I showed you that one. And then another one I got is their stickers, and this was a set of 3, and it says Mr. Paper was the name of this, and it is just this. I think these were the ones that were 71 cents. So it's basically these 3 things that were, each one of these was 71 cents. So you get to, use those. And there's, this has some quotes on it, these 2, but this one, the quotes are in Chinese, which I don't know the language. And then the last one I want to show you is one that not while I was waiting, but I pulled out some different fussy cut, some different things that I thought would be useful to have. Oh, this is one other one. It's eucalyptus leaves. So it's just pretty much all green. That doesn't go with it. And then these are the ones that I started fussy cutting from pictures that I found online that were in the public domain, and I could take and make them different, if I wanted to have greenery on my page. This is like a whole cluster of flowers. This is like a row that you just cut out, and then different shapes of trees and limbs. And these are some leaves that, were just black and white. And I didn't want to look Christmassy, but a lot of the plants that I looked at had berries on them. But I love to see a tree like this. I love big trees. When I was young, we used to climb trees a lot. So how am I going to use these? Well, sometime back, I bought a package of stationery. There was about a dozen of them in there out of a pack of 20. It's called Oddballs, and it's from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And Oddballs is the name of the company. And they just had tons of these for $2 each. All different patterns. I mean, I'll go there this week and there won't be any. But look at all of these big, huge envelopes. So I've decided I'm going to turn these envelopes into raggeties because you just can't waste this. So this is going to be a project where all I do with this is make it into a raggedy. But this is just a beautiful scenery. And so what I did was I folded it in half, and I'm going to use it as a page in a book or an insert in a book. And it has the ivy, and it's got red berries on the ivy. It's got these tall, skinny kind of in the pine tree family, pineapple, and brick. And then the floor of it is kind of a copper cover, or the bottom of it is kind of a copper cover. But it ran over into here, and so I thought I would try to do something. I would challenge myself to do something with that. So what I did was I came in here and I prepared some of these that to turn them into something, using a, so what I did was I tore a sheet of cardstock and had it in, and actually I dyed it in beet greens, and it kind of turned out more of a brown then I thought it would turn in sort of a green. Because the main color that I see in here is the olive green. There's a lot of that olive green in here. So I thought that I would make little posting, and I used this Just a Notes stamp. And when you stamp it, it turns into Just a Notes. And then I did do a little bit with this sort of a copper color bronze. And again, I found this at the thrift store. It was a set, it's called Archival Acid-Free Brilliance, and it's by, oh my gosh, the TSK Tsuganik in Redmond, Washington. So T.S. Satusanek. So those people in Washington State will know how to pronounce it, I'm sure. What I started is using some of these items from AliExpress, and I sort of did just a real simple little, try not to take up too much room, but I did put the stamp on already, and I did it in different places. I used the moss green distress oxide, or I'm sorry, forest moss distress oxide around the edges and glued it down, and then put some of these are the eucalyptus leaves that I put on here. And then you've still got the inside to you know, I think that would be a great writing space. And then it just turns out, and then I put a little bit of shadowing of the copper around the edge, and for some of them around here. I haven't done but just a couple. So I thought that we might look at ways to use some of these interesting items from AliExpress. And here's an example. I took 3 roses, and I actually did cut them off. And that way, and I wanted to expose the rest of this so that when I was actually tearing out the fabric, it kind of looked like I was tearing the continent of Africa off. But anyway, I think that's simple. It's pretty. It's just enough. It's not ornate or overdone, and you can still use it for writing. So another one that I did was to take those plain flowers and put them here, and I'm going to have to add something here, but I didn't bring any of that to this table. Here's an example of where I also did this in the copper, and it turns out good, but I kind of missed the green. I think that the green is really what it needs. And I probably could add other things to it besides, just the greenery. I could probably add, other items, but this is an example. And I like to work in odd numbers, so I would go with 1, or I would go with 3 things to fill it up. So if I wanted to use this tree just by itself, maybe I could put it over here somewhere, or I would figure out what to do with it. This is kind of simple and pretty and has some of the same colors. And again, I found some of these images on the on some of the public domain sites. We've got Upsplash, Unsplash, and Pixabay. There's quite a few free or public domain pictures, and I just wanted something simple that would, kind of be a covering. And so if I use just one, then that would work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at my purple, my lavender color, and see what comes up. Well, there's no lavender in this picture except this blue kind of almost looks like a periwinkle. Yeah, actually, there it is more of a periwinkle or a purple. So I think that if I went with some of these pictures, that I would, put them together, and not necessarily everything matchy-matchy. I could, take one and then have, I could take a different plant or a different flower, or all violets, or I guess that's a violet or a pansy. I don't know. And then, different ones like this. There's all different kinds. This is a big violet or pansy. Not sure what the names of all these flowers are. Now, that would be another interesting education, I think, would be to figure out what all these flowers are. Now, this one comes all the way up and kind of looks like it would be lavender. But I do like the different displays and arrays that they have. So, for instance, if I went with this one, then I probably wouldn't want to go with something that thick. So I think what I'm going to do is put a, if I can get it off, that's the thing. You have to be able to get it off first. So let me just go in here and take my needle and see what I might be able to do with some of these. This looks like a bachelor button. I think those are such pretty flowers. I don't know if that's what you call them. I don't know if bachelor button is the real name of it, or if it's actually the kind of a slang name in the South for the name of that flower. But let me see if I can get this off. There we go. Well, I thought we went. Yep, this is hard concentration. So and I apologize for my hands. I'm not one of these people that has ever been into fingernail polish or wearing fingernail polish. Oh, I've gone through my stages, but my fingers are just pretty much nubs. I taught food and nutrition in the high school for many years, and we cooked 2 or 3 days a week. And I used to see the girls that would come into the room, and they didn't want to wash dishes or anything because they just had their nails done. And so I can't get that one. So let's see if I can go with something else, because they had just had their nails done, and so they would take a low grade on their work, on their not doing their work, because they wanted to protect their nails. So that kind of turned me against it, because I thought that, and I understand if I were in their shoes, I suppose I would be the same way. But because I had taught foods and nutrition, I didn't have the luxury of being able to keep my hands, so maybe we'll put this one right here. And then what I did before is that I did cut this off so that it wouldn't be so long. And then I would probably just put maybe something different. I'm not going to go to the trouble to try. You don't need to watch me try to figure out how to get these things apart. And I think it takes a lot of light or something. But anyway, something like that would be, you know, a good, just a little good addition and a way to do it. So what I'm going to do is actually take one of these that is a that are stickers, the white, because this is much easier to get off. So if I was to take one of these, and I really liked this little thing. It was a, it's a little lantern. So that's going to probably be the very first one that I'm going to go for today. And this one is taking this off. I don't know, maybe people have a better idea for trying to take these apart. Maybe just peeling it. If I had nails, I could peel it off, but let's just try this one more time. When I did it earlier, this was a lot easier to take off. And I'll put this one kind of right here along with that. And then let's take one of these that I did with where I cut out, because I know that they will be easy to work with. Like I could put something like that. It's kind of got that that green going on there. So I am going to fussy cut this. And I mean, I did fussy cut it. I'm going to put a little bit of the forest moss on it, and then just use my glue and put a little bit on it. Just having that down there in that corner. So that is part of or how I'm going to use some of these. But you know, they're pretty when you put them on, but they are a pain to try to get off. So if you have any questions about what I have done, this says Old Balls, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and it's called Garden Vista. So I don't know if they have any more left, but it was all different kinds of decorations. But I saw that and I said, I think I can do something with it, because I have a thing about green. It's just one of my colors, particularly even olive green with a brick to go with it. So we'll see. But anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll leave my name and email in the description box below. I hope you will like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to post at least once a week here. Since the COVID began, I've had more time to spend on this, and I'm just really enjoying it. So again, my Etsy shop is Yesterday's Stash, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for coming along.